Hello, hello, hello everybody, it's your boy Jmulls, and today we have a new overview trailer for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It's been a long time since this game was first announced, and the time this game's release is almost here. And we have a 7.5-minute video all about it, so let's sit back and see what this game is all about, shall we? Okay, game, impress me. Now, my only experience with Metroid before is Metroid Dread, which is a very different style of game. I played one of the old Metroid Prime games, but I never got too far in it.
Mysterious planet in this first-person adventure.
The game looks very pretty. I love the lighting here and the environmental design.
Beyond.
And now for something completely different.
Is attacked by arch-rival Silex. The lone hunter Samus Aran answers their distress call and becomes entangled.
Holy shoulder pads.
Disaster.
Samus's shoulders would put some World of Warcraft orcs to shame. See, I would have just not gotten hit by that.
She awakens on an unknown planet called Vuros.
Well, it's not that unknown if we know its name now, is it?
Fight to survive the planet and find a way home.
I like the way that Samus's armor looks in this game. Also, this planet looks gorgeous, especially these structures.
As Samus, you will explore lush jungles full of plant life. A factory roaring with thunderous storms.
Actually, that previous jungle world reminded me a lot of Genesis from Halo 5.
Nestled in a volcano.
I am liking the aesthetic variety here. Very nice. Oh, that glass looked clean? Okay. I am really loving how this game actually looks. It has a great aesthetic going for it. I have played video games before. I'm going to assume the glowy bit's a weak point.
The key to exploration is the scan visor.
You know it's a modern game when it has a system like this.
Why did this planet's civilization crumble?
Why is she doing the Sean Spencer from Psych?
To your escape.
And she has psychic abilities. I'm just saying, it all comes around to Psych.
Information to find a way forward.
Link, you must get to Hyrule Castle. Oh wait, wrong game.
Your core abilities include Samus's Power Beam, which can shoot rapid fire or charged. Highly accurate.
Okay, the missiles look way more mechanically satisfying than the Power Beam. The Power Beam looks a little bit weak sauce. Oh, I like the snowy environment. That tundra looked nice. Ah, the good old Morph Ball. Wouldn't be a Metroid game without that thing.
During your adventure,
I am binding one of those dashes to the back buttons on the Pro controller for the Switch too.
Psychic abilities.
Alakazam!
Control beam's trajectory with the power of your
Oh
mind.
god, we got bullet time.
And use the psychic.
I am going to utilize that ability to disgusting degrees.
Machinery. By harnessing these abilities, you can access new areas.
Okay, the puzzles look interesting, especially when paired with the psychic abilities. Again, this game just looks absolutely gorgeous. It's incredible how good Nintendo games can look when they're no longer, like, bound to 4, like, gigs of RAM. I know there's a Switch 1 version of this, but this is the Switch 2 version being shown. Traverse the planet. You know, the song reminds me of Halo in a very interesting way.
By obtaining Viola,
It's the instrumentals about it.
by an ancient civilization.
I like the bike. The bike is sick.
As you head for each zone.
I know the desert looks largely empty, but I don't necessarily mind that so long as the things we can do in that desert, like fights like this, are of appropriate scale and interesting and fun enough. Which, they kind of look it.
High speed to convert them into the energy you'll need on your adventure. Plus, if Samus is in a location where she can ride Viola, it can
That's
be
cool.
summoned instantly.
We're going so slowly in that cave, though.
To a first-person perspective to continue exploring.
Okay, that was smooth. I am loving the music in this trailer already.
Like Samus, some
It has a good
Galactic
intensity
Federation
to it.
troopers were also transported to Vuros.
These troopers also look sick. I love the armor design in this game
To
already.
help the troopers and occasionally battle alongside them. They can even provide useful upgrades. Teamwork is key if any of you hope
Again,
to
like
see
that standard attack looks a little bit weak sauce. I'm hoping the other abilities are able to make up for it. Or it just feels better when you're actually playing instead of watching. I like the giant robot guy. That guy's cool. If you know me, you know I'm a sucker for a giant robot.
Well, if it's the only way off this rock. Alright, I'm in.
What do you say? Teammates?
It appears you require assistance.
Okay.
No interest in anyone but my family. Now it's a little different.
God, I love sci-fi. This is scratching an itch that
I can't wait to see my family. When I get back,
hasn't been scratched for me in a while. Ooh, you know, I know it's stereotypical, but a giant monster coming out of the sand dunes in a sci-fi universe will always be cool.
Samus and her allies fight to survive.
Yeah, this game looks incredible.
To begin,
It just looks good.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Available December 4th. Only on the Nintendo
That was the
Switch
fastest
2
6
and
minutes of my
Nintendo
life.
Switch systems.
That felt like it was 2. I'm not joking.
Nintendo eShop.
I was surprised when this screen came up.
Was from the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game.
Oh god, are they explaining how the various editions work?
You can use
See, that ability looks way better.
intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
I wonder how the mouse controls are gonna feel.
To seamlessly swap
Because using a Joy-Con as a mouse, it's a bit thin. So the ergonomics don't feel too good, at least when I use that mechanic in Bravely Default. I wonder how it would feel for like an FPS here.
60 frames per second.
God, the game is
Or
gorgeous,
enjoy
man.
smoother action
It
in
really
4K
is.
At 120 frames per second.
Jesus.
Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR.
Kinda surprised there isn't a 1440p mode.
The Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game can be played on Switch 2.
Gee, thanks.
Please be sure to purchase
Who
the
would have
game
known
edition matches
that the
your
Nintendo Switch 2 edition could be played on the Nintendo Switch 2? I thought it'd be able to be
Switch 2
played
players
on the
who have
PlayStation
Metroid
2
Prime 4
personally.
Beyond on Nintendo Switch can upgrade to the
We're really
Nintendo Switch
breaking
2
new
edition
ground here,
by
huh?
Purchasing the upgrade pack.
Okay, they just explaining. Okay, now they're just gonna talk about amiibos.
3 new Metroid
To be fair, the amiibos look sick. Psylux looks awesome, I will say that. The aesthetics, the character designs, the models, the world design, the music, just the art overall, very impressive. I loved that trailer.
psychic abilities.
So yeah, overall, I think the trailer is really solid. As someone who has very minimal experience with Metroid as a series, I can't speak to how faithful it is to previous games. I can't speak to what elements it may borrow or take from previous games in the series. I can only talk about my previous experiences with other games. And as someone who has been a Halo fan for a lot of my life, there are various elements to the visual design going on in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, as well as the music, that may not be based or even inspired by Halo, but remind me of Halo and remind me of why I love that sci-fi universe so much, and those elements are also present here. The varied biome design, the use of alien structures that seemingly have been almost lost to time, and also a few bits of the music inspire that kind of epicness that when sci-fi is able to nail it and nail it so well, it can become so engrossing and captivating, and it makes me really excited to actually dive into Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I wasn't sure how sold I was on this game like even a month ago, but the more that I've seen from the game, especially with this trailer, it makes me just want to dive into this game right now because it looks like it appeals to me on nearly every level. I know a lot of those early previews and reviews are starting to come out, and from the looks of it, a lot of it is rather positive, but I'd rather be able to wait and make my own decisions to experience the game for myself. I like pretty much every element that I've seen from this game. Like I said before during the actual trailer reaction. The standard, like, plasma fire of Samus looks a little bit weak sauce to me. There doesn't appear to be much of a mechanical feedback loop or a reaction on the part of the enemy to getting hit by that basic fire to make it really feel impactful or, to me, mechanically satisfying from at least watching gameplay. It could feel very different in the actual flow of things, but it is Metroid, and a key element of at least Metroid Dread that I've played and that I'm familiar with is acquiring different power-ups and different abilities as the game progresses, and revisiting some of these previous locations with those abilities and be able to find new ways to explore and to manipulate those environments to find even more goodies and secrets. And a lot of those extra power-ups actually looked really cool and fun, and also mechanically satisfying to use. Like when you shoot those missiles at enemies, they feel like you're shooting them with micro missiles. That's really cool. So I'd say overall, I am very optimistic. And again, this game is absolutely gorgeous, dude. Sometimes it's the small details that can go a long way to building a sense of immersion when it comes to a game world. One of the things that I noticed very quickly was when Samus went to the tundra environment, the snowy place, and her main arm cannon started to become frozen over and ice starts to form on its surface. Very small and minor detail that plenty of other games have done as well, don't get me wrong, but again, when you have those little details down right, it can lead to an overall sense of immersion. And when the entire plot and premise of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is that you're kind of stuck on this weird, like alien world, you want to feel as if you're in that weird alien world, and as if each of these different locations you go to matters and feels different. And you can convey that through a variety of means, and that's just one of them. I will also say, throughout this trailer, I'm far more interested in the actual story that's going on here. The characters seem pretty interesting, and there's a good sense of mystery, and also foreboding throughout this entire trailer, so I'll be really interested to see just where this story and plot goes. So overall, 2 thumbs up for me. Nintendo has been killing it for the Switch 2 this year for me. I loved Mario Kart World, I loved Donkey Kong Bonanza, and now if Metroid Prime 4 is able to even live up to the expectations that I now have for it after this trailer, what a strong start to the Switch 2 generation.
Psychic abilities.
So here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, your opinions on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Have you been waiting ever since this game was first announced? Is it living up to your hype and your expectations? Are you perhaps disappointed by some element? I would love to hear your thoughts, hear your opinions, and hear your perspectives. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. And guys, Xbox might be shaking in its boots right now. Valve came to play, announcing 3 new pieces of hardware, and they all look rather impressive. And if you want my overall breakdown of the 3 new pieces of hardware that Valve have just announced for the Steam brand, you should check out this video right here for more. Stay safe, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again!